When he freestyles on the mixtape, it's in song format because he's following my format. But they asked me about him like we're the same.
Look at Wayne's career, right? Album 6, Carter. It's when things slow down. It's when the systems aren't creating the stars as fast as they used to.
Man, let's take it back. The early 2000s were a wild time for hip-hop. You had giants walking the earth. Curtis, 50 Cent Jackson, he changed the game. He brought raw New York grit back to the forefront. He was talking street politics and selling that image hard. Dwayne, Lil Wayne Carter Jr. The New Orleans creative genius. From the South, a force reshaping sound and style, a mixtape run for the ages. Two different philosophies, business versus chaos. 50 was the master marketer. Wayne was building an empire of talent. So you got these two titans at the top. The press ate it up. It was only a matter of time. Trust me, this one got messy. Let's start at the beginning. It all started small. A phone call, a slow burn that would ignite a war. How it popped off. Coming up next. How does a New York king end up in beef with a New Orleans alien? It wasn't one big explosion, it was a slow burn. A series of little things built up. 50 tried to sign BG, a hot boy and Wayne's close friend. That move set off alarms in New Orleans. Word got back to Birdman and Wayne. Wayne got on the phone and told 50 to back off. According to 50, Wayne called talking reckless. "What's up with you and my brother BG?" That was the match that lit the fuse. To 50, it was disrespect. To Wayne, it was loyalty. They viewed it as someone poaching their roster. Music and business collided. From that moment, the narrative was set. Northern strategy versus Southern culture. And then the media took over. 50 operated like a CEO. He saw business angles. Wayne operated from art and loyalty. Two philosophies about how to win. Little flames turned into open fire. Diss tracks were next. Up next, the records that made it public. Curtis, the Carter 3, two juggernauts clashing. 50 went on the attack. He used interviews to plant subliminals. On Part-Time Lover, he clowned Wayne's image. "You look like a weirdo." He mocked Wayne's tattoos and that infamous kiss photo. In that era, it was a major violation. Wayne fired back on Louisianimal. "All you as know who I'm talking to, the big bad wolf." Wayne even attacked 50's candy shop image and sales. 50 continued the psychological warfare on TV and radio. Wayne often played it cool. Beef is for old people. Two tactics, same battlefield, the media. They even used sales as ammunition. Every line was a shot at relevance. The diss tracks were the soundtrack to a larger war. 50's lines were blunt, designed to humiliate. Mocking voice, mocking image. A total campaign. Wayne's posture, dismissive and confident. The war had moved from subliminal jabs to full-on public shots. Next, how the industry reacted. When two of the biggest rappers go at it, it's like a heavyweight fight. Fans had to pick teams. The industry watched closely. DJ Khaled tried to play peacemaker. He wanted unity. He said he respected both and wished for collaboration. A Khaled-produced collab would have been historic. Veterans like Fat Joe analyzed it from a street perspective. Debate raged in barbershops and forums. Regional loyalty split the nation. Crews had to line up behind their generals. G-Unit soldiers publicly supported 50. Young money artists rode with Wayne. For fans, it was entertainment and identity. Media personalities dissected every line. But the surface story hid the real reasons. This wasn't just a phone call and some tracks. Look deeper. It was about money, power, market share. A chess match between empires. 50 controlled a huge slice of the hip-hop pie. He didn't like sharing territory. Wayne was rising fast, eating into market share. There was a battle for the South, a lucrative market. 50's attempt to sign BG was strategic, a foothold. Cash money shut it down. Territory defended. At its core, ego and the crown. There wasn't room at the top for both, so they battled on charts, radio, and media. The tracks were only the soundtrack to the business war. Corporate interests and labels were players too. But sometimes records weren't enough. It got tense off stage. Mostly it played out on records and interviews. But moments of real-world tension did happen. Security was everywhere. During awards weekend, both camps stayed near each other. Industry execs held their breath at every crossing, whispers of stare-downs and near misses in lobbies. 50 released G-Unit DVDs that attacked Wayne and Birdman. He used skits, interviews, and man-on-the-street digs. He even revisited Cash Money's roots to dig for dirt. Fans saw it as a personal attack on legacy. For Wayne and Birdman, it crossed a line. Personal history was weaponized. The feud hardened stances and closed the door to quick resolution. It left scars on both the culture and the business. Next, we dig into the untold consequences behind the scenes. Behind the scenes, collaborators were stuck in the middle. If you worked with G-Unit, you might hesitate to send Wayne a hot beat, and vice versa. It created quiet divisions across studios. A popular R&B star wanted both on a remix, a potential cultural moment. Both camps declined. The remix died. Fans lost out on music that never saw the light. Local artists faced loyalty versus opportunity questions. Do you stay loyal or chase the bigger check? It forced people to pick sides. Both crews spent fortunes on studio time and security. Security budgets skyrocketed. A hidden tax on staying at the top. The creative cost was real. Fans and artists lost opportunities. So, did it ever end? Next, the slow fade. So did these two ever make up? There was no grand press conference or handshake. It simply faded into a Cold War. They got older, priorities changed, new enemies emerged. The industry moved on. Wayne faced his own label battles later on. In 2014-2015, 50 even sided with Wayne against Birdman. Go to my page. I'll post your little tape. 50, offering help in his way. A weird unspoken truce began. Today the hostility is gone. Not close friends, but mutual professional respect. 50 has praised Wayne's talent in recent interviews. Wayne rarely addresses the old conflict now. The war ended quietly, a chapter closed by time and new problems. Finally, what did this feud do to them and hip-hop? So what did we learn? This feud was a defining chapter of 2000s hip-hop. For 50, it showcased his mastery of media manipulation. For Wayne, surviving the assault and releasing Thought Carter 3 cemented his legend. He proved the music could outlast the marketing. It sharpened both artists. It shaped the North versus South narrative and future conflicts. It was one of the last big pre-social media wars. Mixtapes, DVDs, radio. A reminder, business and family can collide violently. In the end, both walked away with their crowns intact. They survived a crazy era and shaped a generation. And that's no cap. If you dug this deep dive, support Bulletproof Entertainment. Smash that subscribe button, hit like, drop a comment, and share this video. Thanks for watching. Follow for more untold stories from the culture.